Welcome, race fans, to This Weekend Racing for June 21st, the first day of summer, and now for the latest in the NASCAR Truck Series. Some news: last weekend's Truck Series race at Iowa, race winner, driver of the 44, Ross Chastain. The 44 truck failed post-race inspection, and the win was given to runner-up Brett Moffitt. The reason for the disqualification: the 44 truck was too low when the truck height was measured with NASCAR's height sticks. Truck Series Managing Director Brad Moran says the height sticks have warning yellows in them and reds, and it was right off all of them. So unfortunately, it was extremely low. The big deal here is that this was the first time since 1999 in the NASCAR Truck Series that a driver got disqualified. First time since 1960 for NASCAR as a whole. The last Truck Series driver was Mike Skinner in 1999 at Atlanta Motor Speedway, where the next morning the truck was found to have an unapproved cylinder head. The win was given to Dave Blaney. Now, NASCAR reverting to its old ways, if you will. Back in February, NASCAR announced that post-race inspections would be done at the track after the race instead of the old midweek inspection in Concord at the NASCAR R&D Center. And any violations, teams just lost points. Now, with the new rules, violators still lose points and teams still receive fines. And if it's really bad, drivers now lose the W as well. Ross Chastain made the announcement last week prior to the race at Iowa that he was going to declare his points in the Truck Series as opposed to the Xfinity Series, now driving for Nice Motorsports. Chastain would only have to be in the top 20 in the Truck Series driver standings to clinch a playoff berth. With the incident at Iowa, Chastain now sits in 35th with 45 points. 386 points behind current points leader Grant Enfinger, who has 429. Now, the new winner, Brett Moffitt, sits in 4th with 378. Moffitt piloted the 16 truck last year and is the 2018 Truck Series champion. This year, pilots the 24 truck. Nice Motorsports did appeal, but NASCAR is upholding its decision. Now, in other Truck Series news, driver of the 13 truck, Johnny Sauter, is suspended for one race for intentionally wrecking driver of the 16, the new driver of the 16, Austin Hill. Incident happened while under caution. In retaliation, the caution was out initially because Hill made contact with Sauter. NASCAR then forced Johnny Sauter to park his truck for the remainder of the race. NASCAR Vice President of Competition Scott Miller says, "We look back at the history of everything we've done and try to react with the precedents that we've set, and then obviously tailoring those to the situation that we have at hand." So now the thing to note here is that the suspension won't affect Sauter's postseason. Sauter clinched a playoff berth with a win at Dover back in May. Now, Scott Miller then says, in this case, we felt like his actions certainly warranted being sat down for an event, but it felt a little too harsh to take him out of the championship. So we think we landed on what we feel is fair and a deterrent. Johnny Sauter was scored with a 27th finish on Sunday. Austin Hill came in 12th. In the Truck Series driver standings, Austin Hill sits in 7th place with 334 points. Johnny Sauter in 8th with 326. In NASCAR Cup Series news, Cup Series racing returning on Sunday. Roush Fenway Racing and Front Row Motorsports will be honoring NASCAR Hall of Famer Darrell Waltrip at Sonoma on Sunday. DW retiring from Fox Sports, calling his last race this Sunday. This Sunday also the last race on Fox for 2019. Roush Fenway's number 17 car, driver Ricky Stenhouse Jr., will feature a chrome-numbered paint scheme. DW drove the 17 from 1987 to 1998. Jack Roush says Darrell Waltrip has been meant a great deal to our sport as both competitor and a member of the broadcast media. Stenhouse Jr. has driven two cars honoring DW at Darlington's two Darlington throwback weekends. Now, Front Row Motorsports number 38 car driver David Reagan will have a paint scheme representing Waltrip's number 17 Western Auto Parts America Chevy, which DW drove in the late 90s. The 38 will feature a red and white design with a photo of DW on the hood and the text #ThanksDW. DW also drove in the past the number 11, the 88, the 66, the 95, 35, 1, 15, 02, 22, and 85. DW career stats, according to driveraverages.com, from May 7th, 1972 through November 20th, 2000, 809 races, 84 wins, 276 top 5s, 390 top 10s, and 521 top 20s. In other NASCAR Cup Series news, the return of the carousel at Sonoma Raceway for Sunday's Toyota Save Mart 250. Originally, the carousel was bypassed. Now, there's two carousels. There's the front carousel there where Tony Stewart spun out Denny Hamlin for the win, which I believe was in 2015 or 2015. Yes, 2015. So originally, the carousel was bypassed. So this is the area between turns 3A and turn 7. So normally the field would navigate from 3A straight to turn 7. But now with the carousel, the field would drive from turn 3A to turn 4, then down to turn 5, turn 6, turn 6A, then to turn 7. With a 200-degree radius turn through turns 5 and 6. TV coverage of Sunday's race, Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern on FS1. All right, we got one bit of Xfinity Series news, one bit of Formula One news, and it's a wrap for today, friends. So here it is. In Xfinity Series news, Regan Smith is scheduled to race in 2 Xfinity Series races driving the number 8 car for JR Motorsports. The 2 race dates are August 10th at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course and August 24th at Road America. Smith will also be sponsored by longtime sponsor Fire Alarm Services. August 10th will be Smith's first start in the Xfinity Series in 2 years and first time racing for JR Motorsports since 2016. Smith got his first win with JR Motorsports when he made his debut start in Miami in 2012. Then drove full-time from 2013 to 2015 and racked up 5 wins, one of those wins at Mid-Ohio. Smith also is a Fox Sports analyst. All right, one bit of news from Formula One, some latest developments from Canada, and this is the last time we're going to talk about it. Formula One news, Sebastian Vettel, the incident at the Canadian Grand Prix, reported on it last week. So originally, Team Ferrari was not going to appeal, but then but this week that just passed, Team Ferrari decided to request a review of Vettel's penalty. Formula One has dismissed the request. Team Ferrari presented what the team is calling overwhelming new evidence. Evidence including analysis of telemetry data, including attitude channels, video analysis of camera views, front view, top view, onboard cameras of Vettel and Hamilton's car, video analysis from Sky Sports, face camera, analysis of GPS racing line data of both Hamlin and Vettel in what is called the situation lap, that was the lap in which the situation occurred, and data from previous laps. Also, witness statement from Vettel himself. After all that, the stewards determined that the new evidence were either not new or were not relevant or significant. Now, for those who missed it, Vettel got into the grass at turns 3 and 4, came back out on the track, and forced Lewis Hamilton to steer off course to avoid a collision. F1 handed Vettel a 5-second penalty. Even though Vettel crossed the line first, Lewis Hamilton was declared the winner. Video up at motorsportsradio.net. The video's coming down soon, so get it while the getting is good. All right. That's going to do it for this week. Thank you, race fans, for tuning in. A reminder, this week in racing will be posted on Fridays again. I know last week I made the announcement that it's going to be posted on Saturdays, but I got stiffed by YouTube, so going back to Friday. So there it is. So thank you once again for tuning in. This is Manny Allegretta for the Motorsports Radio USA podcast, motorsportsradio.net, the home of motorsports talk.